see here. All right, we're going. I'm using different technology today, so hopefully this works. The screen keeps going to sleep even though I've turned that function off, but I guess that's what happens for me. We are going to grab some sort of ball. I have the yoga tune-up balls. I also have a squishy ball. A tennis ball would work. If you don't have any sort of ball, we can use the block or maybe a water bottle or even like I have my massage oil here, a lotion bottle, something that's pretty hard to roll. And let's just start as we talk with this. We're going to open up the bottoms of the feet. Our physical practice today is going to stimulate the circulation and focus on the ankles and calves because that's what our Aquarius energy is going to rule in our physical bodies. This is the Aquarius practice. I'm just rolling back and forth. It's totally random, just massaging the bottom of the feet. So Aquarius is an air sign. It is, air signs are pretty fast moving. But Aquarius is awesome because it's about changing the world. It's about forward movement. It's about rebellion and, looking at where we can shift our culture into a new direction. We all, that term age of Aquarius, it's really inspiring for evolution. So I love this energy. I can't wait for things to shift and change most of the time. So we'll focus on looking at how we are not being true to our own authenticity and behaving in line with, conditioned responses from family, religion, culture, or something outside of ourselves. So it's really good. So when we open up the bottoms of the feet, we're affecting the whole posterior chain of our body. So it's a nice place to start. All right, give it another little moment here. We're also going to look at the ways in which, we have prejudgments. I say prejudgments because some judgment is good, right? It's discerning against good or bad or right or wrong for a general cohesiveness to the big picture. Like that's good judgment. Bad judgment is having prejudgments about people or groups of people, right? And even stereotypes. So we don't want to have that. That's just going to limit ourselves. That's not going to allow other people to stay in their unique expression of authenticity. So if we do it, we give other people permission to do it. If we all did it, then maybe we would be shifting culture in a different way, in a more productive, equitable way. Okay. All right, so hopefully that felt good. If it didn't feel good, it's an indication to do more of that. And then just step into your feet and notice. We should have done this first and after, but we have minor chakras in the center of our palms and the bottoms of our feet. So notice how that feels now as you root down through the four corners, the external box of the feet and the arch in the middle, that place we just opened, communicating to the ground beneath you. We want that to be an open communicative place to step and receive and keep going and support that forward movement step by step by step. So keeping in line with affecting our ankles in a positive way, we're going to grab a block and sit on the block on the shins. I'll show you side view. Your block can be, two heights or two blocks. Don't go highest height in between the feet. It doesn't give the sit bones that much surface area. So go horizontal between the feet and then try to squeeze the block a bit without sending the knees together. Let the center of the knee be in line with the hip point that sticks out, the as is. And then roll the hips a little bit forward to maintain your lumbar curve. Sit upright, hands can go palm down or palm up. In a mudra, if you'd like, I like palm over palm, thumbs together. Maybe you go yana with first finger and thumb together. That can be up or down. Give the shoulders a little roll to relax away from the ears and tune into your breath. And then start to engage with your breath by widening your ribs. Right? So not lifting and trying to get deeper breath by forcing things to happen. Just take the ribs wider. The lungs will fill the space you give them, opening up the pathway to receive more life force. And then connect into your heart center, whether you bring the hands there or not. Tune in to the light within you, the deepest place of connection to source, your inner light, soul. And then set your own intention in this idea of tapping into the energy of Aquarius. The freedom and rebellion that comes with being really comfortable and in tune to your authentic truth, your eclectic personality. And so maybe it's more comfortable to see an image of the world you're trying to create, or the world that you want to live in, the change that you want to see, as opposed to setting an intention or knowing what those steps are to get there. That's not as important as aligning with the authentic truth of who you are and asking these questions. We don't have to receive the answers in our practice, but asking the questions is what's powerful. Let your exhale release that. Bringing the hands again in a comfortable place. Let's start our metta meditation. So, sending out loving kindness. Feeling comfortable in your seat, making any adjustment if need be. You might close your eyes to more readily see these different populations of people that we're going to send out some loving kindness towards. So let's first start with our loved ones, our community of people around us, the people we love to spend time with and enjoy company. See them or just hold them in your heart, and in your mind say to them, may they be happy, may they be healthy, may they be free. Moving on to the population of people that we encounter on a regular basis, but we don't know much about. Maybe that's your neighbors, the attendant at the gas station you frequent, the cashier at the store that you go to, your mail person, your mail carrier. See that population of people. In your mind, say to them, may they be happy, may they be healthy, may they be free. And turning it into the population of people that maybe challenge you, irritate you, frustrate you. Those relationships that have a sense of friction to them. Hold that population in your heart. And in your mind say to them, may they be happy, may they be healthy, may they be free. Our next population of people will be who you would consider an enemy, somebody that really doesn't mesh with you, maybe even title them as, you know, foes, right? The people you fight against. Hold them in your heart. Say to them, may they be happy, may they be healthy, may they be free. And then lastly, towards self. Hold yourself in your heart and say in your mind, may I be healthy, may I be happy, may I be free. Think of the power of tapping into loving kindness and choosing that always. We don't have to agree, we don't have to comply, we don't have to change anything about ourselves or others' opinions and preferences and even actions, as long as we're staying in a place of kindness. So when we offer it out, we can solidify that understanding, and then more familiar, we can catch ourselves snapping judgments and maybe causing conflict when things don't align with our truth or our authenticity. Things don't have to be, but they do and should have to remain kind. So even if we're sharing our experience or opinion with loved ones or any of those populations of people, and it's something other than ourself, right? We can share that in a kind way. So keep that at heart. And then let's get to the practice. Let's come right over the legs into tabletop and get some heat going as we move through cow and cat. So plant the hands. Inhale, drop the belly, arching. Exhale, flatten the feet, round. Couple more at your pace of rate and breath. And then come to neutral. Take the hands a little forward, tuck the toes under, and float the knees a little bit, sitting the hips back, in line with the knees or even behind the knees. Feel where that relationship is to get into the struggle of holding yourself up here. And taxing those big muscles of the quads. Maybe stuff in the shoulder girdle too, right? Core for sure, toned in. And then lift the hips into downward facing dog, pedal it out. Feel the stretch through one leg, then the other. Let both heels press back as the sit bones lift up. So pushing the heels back, don't let it scoop your tail under and round. Feel like you're hugged in through the spine and really tilting the tail up as the heels press back, getting that opposite motion of sit bones and heels, of attachment points. And lift the heels, look forward, tiptoe to the front of the mat. And we're going to come through some versions of sun salutation. So planting the feet, rise all the way up. Take a moment to realign into your root, hips on heels. Think again of the arches of your feet, pulling earth in. Keeping the pelvis in that neutral tilt forward. Notice if you scoop and collapse. Right, thighs pull back. Tone all around the spine. Feel the lower belly pull in and up. Crown lengthening up. And then inhale, reach out and up. And exhale, forward fold over strong legs. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold in. Radiators in my way. On the inhale, come all the way back up. Hands to the heart. One more just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, dive over strong legs. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Hands to prayer, into the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over strong legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step to plank. Find your high push-up. Just give myself some space away from my heater. And then exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale to cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Lift the heels, soften the knees, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to prayer into the heart. One like that. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. Big breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Just one breath. Looking at the front of the mat. Step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Prayer hands at the heart. Let's go into sun C. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot back, knee to the floor, arms overhead, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, frame front foot, step back to plank and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, frame the front foot, step forward, fold in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to prayer into the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back, knee to the floor, arms overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, frame front foot, step back, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, arms overhead. Exhale, frame front foot, step forward, fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Prayer into the heart. One more like that. Inhale out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot back, knee to the floor. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release, step back, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, knee to the floor, arms overhead. Exhale, frame it up, step forward, fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, overhead. Exhale to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back, knee to the floor. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, knee to the floor, arms overhead. Exhale, frame the front foot, step forward, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to prayer, into the heart. Take a moment. Stack hips on heels. Feel the ground beneath you. The crown rising up. The breath flowing through you. The energy moving beyond the respiratory system. All right, so we're going to go through another couple rounds. My screen keeps going off. But I want you to now tap into your unique expression. Do you want it to be a sun A, a sun B? We didn't do sun B because I don't want to. Sun C's. Is it just moving from the front of your mat to the back of your mat and back in any positions you want, right? Really align with what it is that you uniquely want to do. So, plant the feet, start here. And then I'm not going to cue anything. I want you to really do your own thing. You can still follow me if you want, but I don't want you to, is my point in saying that. Okay, so we'll just take like a full minute. Go for it. Thinking about getting to the front of the mat. And we'll meet in Tadasana. All right. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold in. Grab blocks if you have them, or fingertips to the floor, about a foot in front of your feet. Step into your right foot, kick the left leg back and up. Really feel the hamstring and the strength of the back of your leg, float that leg. Maybe it's parallel to the floor, or a comfortable place of strength. And then push through both heels. Hug through the midline, even draw shoulder blades in, chin in, get long head to left heel. Now spin your left toes diagonal to the left, bend your right knee to tap those left toes down, anchor down into the heel, press the right leg straight, and bring your blocks alongside your right foot. Bend into the right knee. If it's forward of the ankle, crawl the foot forward. I like hip width apart. Keep your blocks somewhat in line with your right foot. And then pull the right hip back, step into your left pinky edge, inhale the arms overhead into warrior one. Find your footing, find your strength, and find the right hip and the left hip squaring the front of the mat. Right hip pulls back, left hip comes forward. And then pull in from the feet. Lengthen up through the crown. Inhale the arms overhead. Once they are, pull them down into the sockets. shoulder blades back, and find a couple breaths here in the power of your legs as the foundation of energy rising up through the torso, and squaring the front of the mat as a representation of looking to what is directly in front of you, right? I mean that on the chronological line of soul journey. What is directly in front of you? What challenge is arising, presenting itself? Right? And look at it, square it, face it head on, and feel the power in your shape, in your inner strength as you meet it. And then clasp the hands behind the back, or take the hands on the hips and just draw the energy of the arms to the back. And exhale, bow inside the right leg in our humble warrior. Find a bit of grace for the process as you bow in from that place of squaring and engaging. Take a bit of space to find grace to that. And then release the hands to your blocks and press the right leg straight. Let the blocks be at a height where you can lengthen your spine. Notice when you do, your hamstring stretch gets more intense. Root into the four corners of your right foot. Lift the arch energy through the quad engagement and pull the right hip back. Then press again into the left pinky edge. Try to lift your sit bones, right, so we're not scooped under. Lift your sit bones. There we go. Right. Sun keeps going in and out, affecting our light. So when you lift your sit bones, you can get more length in the spine and more sensation in your stretch. Let's call that a good thing. Right. What change do we want to see in the world? We're going to bow into that place of our place in the world, our authentic truth. Bow to that over your strong legs. All right, so we're going to bring right thumb up to the crease of the hip and help engage that hip back. Left hand can stay where it is, or squeeze the midline and transfer your left hand to the right side block. And then twist your right shoulder up, revolving your spine up into revolved triangle pose. Your right hand can stay there, or it can come up to T, whatever feels good. Right? But let this left hip dip down. Feel it come forward as the right hip goes back. And as I did that, you can potentially see the twist opening up. As we twist around our center, let that help open you up to a new perspective, a new opportunity, a new way of seeing how society can function in a new and maybe more equitable way. We want to conquer and change the status quo. Revolve open to that. And then slowly come back to center. Put your blocks out of the way. Lift the left heel, bend into the right knee, and then step back to downward facing dog. Big, huge breath here. Lifting the heels, softening the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat, bow in. Lift halfway up, grab your blocks or fingertips in front of the feet, step into your left foot, and use the back of the right leg. Tone those muscles and float the right leg up, hip height. Squeeze through the midline as you press through both heels. Lengthen crown to tail, hug through the shoulder blades. Right toes to the right, bend the left knee for right toes to tap down. Anchor the heel, frame up your right foot. And then bend the left knee, and if it's coming forward of the ankle, crawl it forward. And then left hip pulls back, arms inhale overhead to warrior one. Square the front of your mat, square the immediate challenge in your way. Maybe that's letting go of, a part of you that is people pleasing. Maybe it's letting go of someone's idea of who you are that you have no connection to. It's not me. Right? Stepping into that clear authenticity. Face it head on. And then clasping the hands the non-habitual way if you did it the first time, or again, hands to the hips, pulling back. Bow inside the left knee. Humble warrior. Find a bit of grace. Let that help lead you to compassion. Huge breath. Heavy the head. Release hands to your blocks. Press the left leg straight. And as you bow over your left leg, get long through the heart center. Left hip pulls back. Find that same root through the four corners of your foot. Let the lift of the arch stabilize your ankle. Right? We're really focusing on our ankles and calves today. So notice if you're more rooted in the pinky edge, and the inside bone is higher than the outside bone, right? Anchor the foot in a way that gives more level right to left through the ankle. And then let that energy travel up the leg as you tone the quad and pull the left hip back. Then step down into your right pinky edge, squeeze the midline, and breathe. And in this bowing into ourself, contemplate things that really excite you about your personality. What do you love about your character? What makes you you? And let's take that twist. So left hand, thumb up to the hip, push it back. Tone the legs, right hand can stay or come outside the left foot, lifting the left shoulder to twist open, revolve triangle, right? From our strong foundation, from who we are, from when we were born, right? That internal authentic place, no conditioning, right? No experience to take us off of that unique and innate place. Open. Twist around it. What can we see from there? A new possibility, a new perception, a new way of structuring life, society. Breathe into that through the heart. And slowly unwrap your twist. Come off your blocks, pick up the right heel, bend the left knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Notice what's here now after we've completed the sequence on both sides. Lifting the heels, soften the knees, step to the middle of your mat, facing the camera. We're going to play with balance, and again, focus on the root, our ankle, the lower leg. So step into your right foot. I'll mirror you, I'm not sure what our camera is doing, but let's just go with that. Right foot. Take the left knee up. Open the arms to T. Notice if the left hip is lifted. Right. Try to squeeze the left sit bone to the tailbone and bring the knees straight forward of the hip. The ankle straight under. Right. All those things are challenging. Woo. And then we're going to bend the bottom leg and wrap the top on over. There we go. That's the word I wanted. And then either squeeze the midline, or maybe you can slide the toe around the ankle. Your left foot can go to the floor outside your right. That's a little bit more easily to balance, but it also helps the hips shift, and we want to try and get the hips to square, which is harder with the toe on the floor. So, wrapping or not, try to level the hips and keep the bottom knee in line with the midline. Let's add in the arms. We're going to go right under left, eagle up, or hug yourself. Sink the hips, lift the tail, let the elbows pull forward and up. Feel the connection of your small foundation here. The challenge for your ankle. Feel the energy of your arch coming in from the ground. And then exhale, bow into yourself again. Squeeze everything to your center. Who am I at this place? Inhale, open it up. Step wide. How do I want to change the world? Expand it. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Find a gazing point. We're going to step into our right foot and come back where we started. Left knee up. Inhale, open the arms to T and twist to the left. So, staying here, or maybe your left leg can get straight. Get the foot. And here we are in our revolved triangle. It's hard work, right? In a balancing standing pose. And then come back to center. Shake out that standing leg. Let that all go. March it out, kick it out. What feels good. Let's do that on the second side. So step into the left foot. Feel your base. Your connection, take the right knee just to hip height. Open the arms to T. Stack your standing hip, left hip on the heel. Wrap your right sit bone under to square. Bring your ankle straight under the knee. And so when our legs are doing different things, it's much harder to create neutral in the hips and to find alignment. We want to, adapt to that little place of our small foundation, that harder place to balance. And then bend the bottom knee, wrap, find your eagle legs. What variation feels good on this side? Keep your bottom knee in line with the midline and try to square the hips. Right arm under left. Hug yourself or come together. Sit down. Squeeze midline, exhale, fold in. Breathe as you squeeze into yourself. Think of those personality traits, who you are at your center, your authentic, eclectic, wonderful person. And then expand it. How are you going to take that to the world, or do you hide it from the world? Let it show. Open it up. And then bring your hands to your hips. Weight into your left foot back to where we started. Find your balance. Arms open to T, twist to the left, to the right. And you can maybe catch the foot and find a revolved triangle standing. Center, shake it out. Ooh. How'd that go? What did you receive, learn? What did you, maybe fight against? Or what narrative showed up that's unproductive, right? Or feeding false narratives, or conditioned patterns of thinking? We're going to have a seat. We've made it through this very intense practice. So we're going to actually come all the way onto the back. Give yourself a little squeeze. Let's see if I can kind of keep some light here. belly. Just move this down so that it doesn't go black. There we go. All right, so we're going to take eagle wrap with the legs. Let's go right over left. See if you can wrap around the calf or just squeeze the midline. And then we'll take left under right. No, right under left again. Right over on the leg, right under on the arms. Feel your spine heavy on the ground and hug your belly and flatten your lower back. Keep the lower back glued on your inhale. Elbows and knees stretch away. Maybe fingers and toes tap the floor. Exhale, we're going to lift the head and shoulders crunching in. Keep the head and neck lifted as you expand away. And exhale in. 3 more. Nice and slowly. Really stay in the expression of muscular engagement. 1 more. Inhale, unwrap everything. Step wide. Let the knees drop to the left. Stay over to the left. And then come up to center. Bring your feet hips width. Roll the pelvis forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Inhale to bridge. Any version of arms, you might grab the mat, clasp underneath. Grab a prop for the hips if you want it. 5 breaths. Feeling the engagement to the ground and the muscular tone of the back body to expand the front of your body and open into our forward movement, forward from, conditioning, culture, the limitations of the patriarchy. And exhale, come on down. Flatten the lower back. Left leg over right. Eagle wrap, left elbow under. Keep that lower back glued. Inhale, stretch away. 5 rounds. Exhale, lift and crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Slow, controlled movement. 2 more. Open, feet wide, drop the knees to the right. Pause there. And then back to center. Walk the feet hips width, roll the pelvis forward, squeeze the shoulder blades in. Inhale to bridge. Feel expansive in the belly, in the midsection, pelvis to ribs. And then gently come on down. Walk the feet wide, arms out to the side, go side to side through the knees. Slowly back and forth. And then come back to center. We're going to keep the right foot in line with the hip bent knee. Kick the left leg up, clasp around your thigh, push forward, flex your foot. These are called nerve glides. So we're going to keep the foot flexed. Exhale, bend the knee. Point your toe. Inhale, stretch it up. Flex, bend, point, lift. 3 more. Flex, bend, point, lift. Flex, bend, point, lift. 1 more. Flex, bend, point, lift. Bend that leg, switch sides. Hug around the hamstring, push forward, flex, bend, point, lift. Flex, bend, point, lift. 3 more. Last one, flex, bend, point, piece out of that. We're going to go right leg long on the mat. Left knee in. Flex your right foot as if you're stepping on the wall. And hug the left knee in nice and wide. Left foot to the floor, scoot your hips to the left. Left knee comes up, right hand's going to cross body twist to the right. Extending your left arm anywhere on the ground. Gazing over to the left if it's good for your neck. So you can stay right here. You can kick your left leg straight over to the right, crawling your hand toward the foot. You can hold the knee, the shin, the ankle, or any pointy toe. I think it's more comfortable in this variation with the left leg straight to engage the right leg straight and push into the pinky edge of the foot, and also hug the upper thighs together. Slowly coming out of the twist, both knees bent, feet on the floor, hips to center. We'll go left leg long, right knee wide. Flex the left foot as if you're stepping on the wall. Right foot to the mat, scoot your hips to the right. Left hand guides the right knee to the left. Expand your right arm anywhere away from you, behind you. Looking to the right, and then the left leg can go straight, holding any portion. I like to then straighten the left leg, flex through the pinky edge. This is our revolved triangle again, right? Gently back around to center, both knees bent, hips to center. Get my camera light better. There we go. And then any symmetrical pose, I'm just going to hug my knees in and give them a little squeeze and release. Linear massage on the lower back muscles. You can rock or circle. Decide if there's any other shape you want before Shavasana. Or let the body start to find that final destination, which could be feet wide knees together. I'm losing my voice now. Tap into that authentic truth in this moment for yourself. Don't let Shavasana be your final place if it's not honoring what you need in this moment or what you want in this moment. Tap into that authenticity and honor it. Depending on what shape you're in, let the shoulder blades be nice and flat under the heart, helping to settle the arm bone deep into the ground. It's nice to give the body a little wiggle, helping tension break up, release muscular energy, and soften and melt. Allow your body to be held. Find the art of doing nothing here. As we move through Aquarius season, expand your perceptions and your energy. See the world as a series of vibrations and feel your ability to shift these vibrations through your own frequency. As you understand the energy around you through this lens, create new solutions to old problems. If you have felt stuck or blocked in any way, try shifting the way you look at your barriers. See them as energy and feel your ability to change them from the inside out. Start with your own frequency. Find ways throughout this season to raise your vibration by aligning with gratitude, abundance, joy, and love. Challenge yourself to stay in these vibrations no matter what life hands you, and watch the world conform to you instead of you to it. Deepening the breath, feel again the widening of your bottom ribs. Don't force it, just allow it. Wiggle your fingers and toes as you find some movements to awaken. Let those movements get bigger. Rolling fists and ankles. Expanding from your center, reach overhead. You can arch the lower back more and wiggle the ribs a bit side to side. Giving the knees a squeeze. Give yourself some love. Show yourself some compassion. Remember our mindfulness meditation of loving kindness. And finding your way to a comfortable seat. Once you get there, bring the hands to prayer in front of the heart, tuning into, again, your inner light, your inner knowing, feeling the ways in which practice has shifted things for you, body, mind, and spirit. Let Aquarius remind you that you are an agent of change to conquer the status quo and shift culture to a new direction. The age of Aquarius, the season of Aquarius. Tap into that powerful energy. Let your inhale lift your heart towards your thumbs and an exhale bow into yourself. The light in me sees, honors, respects the light in you. To you I bow. Namaste. All right, my friends, leave me a comment about the practice or the technology or Aquarius information. I would love to hear from you. Take good care.